Hey everybody, welcome back to Jeff Bowles Central. This is Jeff Bowles. Thought I'd vlog it today. A little bit of a vloggy vlog. Not especially. Mostly I wanted to share something with you guys, which is I have a cover finally, like an official cover for my next book, which I'm really excited about. I'm really stoked to have a book out at all. If you go back in my other videos, I've talked about it a little, but I had um, a few years ago, I had kind of a mental collapse, really, and I was diagnosed with schizoaffective disorder, yada yada yada. I didn't really know if I would be able to write again like I used to do. So this is the first new thing that I've really done to completion in a really long time for me. So I'm very pleased to be able to share this with you. This is the cover for books called Love Madness Demon. It's kind of a paranormal romance horror thing. Not really paranormal romance. It gives people the wrong impression, but it's about the demonic and the angelic and past lives and a romance that is both kind of horrific and fraught because of those many past lives that these two people share. So it's a little different for me from what I used to write, which was mostly fun-loving science fiction, fantasy, horror type stuff. I don't know if you can call horror fun-loving, but I do. I like writing that stuff. But like I'm pleased to share that with you. Absolutely. And that should be out sometime soon, within the next month or two, I'm hoping. But so I also follow entertainment just because I'm, a geek and I like entertainment stuff. I like movies and video games and all the stuff that I'm sure you guys enjoy. And I was getting set for Thursday. It's Tuesday now. For the big PlayStation 5 reveal. I was really looking forward to that. Sony was going to do a big web presentation that's finally going to show off the PS5 in all its glory, because there's no E3 this year because of COVID, and all these companies tend to do their big console announcements at E3, right? And the reason that they're not gonna do this big reveal is because of everything that's going on in the world. All the protests and the disease and just the firestorm that is kind of in one way or another engulfed us all. I mean, it's touched all areas of our society. The whole globe is caught up in this kind of hectic and scary sometimes time, and very emotional time. And I caught myself wondering if Sony did the right thing, and I think that they did. I'm disappointed because I like gaming, but that's a stupid thing to say. It's kind of a childish kind of reaction. I am very understanding, and I am very um, appreciative of their desire to do this. But I guess it calls to mind a question, and that is, at a time like this, when the world is the way that it is, does entertainment matter? Does simple, frivolous messing around for a couple hours playing a game or watching a movie or even reading a book, does my book matter? Does the stuff that I make as an entertainer matter? Because that's really what I consider myself. I consider myself an entertainer first and foremost. I'm a writer, I'm a musician, I do all these things. And is there a need for me in this world? Is there a need for people like me? Is there a need for the Sony PlayStation 5? Is there a need for all of these movies that have been postponed or just straight up released to home video probably hurt in the pockets of some pretty high up studio execs out there. Uh, Personally, I am a believer in the value of entertainment. I think that escapism is not a bad thing. I think that escapism really gets us through some dark times. I know it has in my life. It's kind of again, it's a silly, childish thing to admit, but when I'm having a hard time in life, and I've had hard times in life, uh, just watching Star Wars on a rainy Saturday afternoon, or playing a game with my wife, or I'm sure you guys can relate. I think it does matter. I think it is important, and I'm not Sony. I'm not like a rich anything. I'm not a corporation. I'm an independent. I don't even know what to call myself. An independent entertainer. Why not? Um, you know, and I don't have to make decisions about, is it time to show this, celebrate, because that's basically what they would have been doing. They would have been celebrating this new piece of hardware, and then they would have been asking you to pay $500-$600 for it, plus games, plus all the stuff. And they figured that that's not cool to do right now, and I actually do appreciate that. And I wonder if other companies are going to follow suit, not just in gaming, because Microsoft is still up to bat and all this other gaming things. And I don't know. I don't know. I'm kind of torn about it. I'm kind of torn about this feeling that, as serious as things are, do we have room for the frivolous? Do we have room for the stuff that just kind of makes us feel better and helps us detach a little bit from the chaos coming down on all sides? I think it is important, but I think it's also important to, as much as you feel like raging at the world, um, I'm an advocate, potentially, possibly, see it from my point of view. Take a little of that energy and turn it inwards, and try to express within yourself what's really the things that you can control, the things that you can't control, and what you can control, how can you control it? And if it's something that's a flaw within yourself, how can you rectify it? How can you improve? It's a really historic and intense and unfortunate in a lot of ways. In a lot of ways, scary, like I said, and sad time. But I think it's also a time of great growth. I think that when we as individuals, and we as a society, and we as entertainers even come out the other side of this thing, I think there will have been enough of a catalyst for change and growth on both a personal level, on a cultural level, a societal level, on a spiritual level, for all of us to have moved, to have shifted, to have gained something. Assuming you're okay, because there's a lot of people who are not okay right now. And we all have to remember that. We all have to remember that, there's nothing really in my life, so to speak, that is falling down. But I have had times where everything fell down. And my heart goes out to people whose lives are falling down. So, there's not going to be much gaming news from my channel. There's not going to be much gaming news on a big level for a little while, it seems. Or even entertainment news. And maybe that's okay for that stuff to get put in the back and to be put in its proper place. I think it is important, though. I think it is important to have some place to go, to feel safe, to feel um, to feel like things make sense. So yeah, yeah. So anyway, that being said, I was very happy to show you the cover for Love Madness Demon. Look for that soon. I'll be telling you more about it in the coming weeks. And just stay safe out there, everybody. Stay sane. Because it's a cliche, but we are all in this together. We really are. That's it. Jeff Bull Central. Peace out.